What if one of the most emotional moments in modern royal history had nothing to do with crowns, titles, or ceremonies? As millions around the world watched Queen Elizabeth II's state funeral, two young children, Prince George and Princess Charlotte, found themselves at the center of a moment they would never forget. Behind the solemn procession, there was a mother's quiet determination to help her children through unimaginable grief. And what many people missed were the small, heartfelt gestures from Catherine, Princess of Wales, that revealed the strength of a mother guiding her children through one of the hardest days of their lives. The funeral of Queen Elizabeth II was a historic event watched by billions across the globe. It marked the end of an extraordinary 70-year reign and a final farewell to a beloved monarch. But beyond the grandeur and tradition, there was also a deeply personal family story unfolding in front of the cameras. Today, we're taking a closer look at how Catherine, Princess of Wales, supported Prince George and Princess Charlotte during that emotional day. The touching moments that captured hearts worldwide, and why those quiet gestures resonated with so many people. Let's get into it. A day no child could fully prepare for. For most children, saying goodbye to a great-grandparent is one of life's most difficult experiences. Now imagine doing it in front of the entire world. On the day of Queen Elizabeth II's state funeral, Prince George and Princess Charlotte joined senior members of the royal family in paying their final respects to their beloved Gan, the affectionate nickname they used for their great-grandmother. The occasion was historic, but it was also intensely personal. As thousands gathered inside Westminster Abbey and millions watched from around the world, the young royals walked solemnly behind the Queen's coffin alongside their parents. It was a moment filled with symbolism, duty, and emotion. Yet beneath the royal tradition stood two children experiencing the same heartbreak any family would feel after losing someone they loved. And that's what made the images so powerful. Many viewers weren't simply seeing future members of the monarchy. They were seeing children saying goodbye to their great-grandmother, Catherine's quiet role behind the scenes. While much attention focused on the ceremony itself, many royal watchers noticed something else. Catherine never seemed far from her children. Throughout the day, she appeared constantly aware of how George and Charlotte were coping. There were no dramatic displays, no grand gestures. Instead, there were small moments that spoke volumes. A reassuring touch, a comforting hand, a gentle glance. Before the service began, Catherine could be seen holding Charlotte's hand as they made their way toward Westminster Abbey. At various points during the ceremony, she appeared focused not only on honoring the late Queen, but also on ensuring her children felt supported. One particularly touching image showed Catherine placing a protective hand on George's leg during the service. It was a simple gesture, but one that many parents immediately recognized. It communicated a message without words: "I'm here." In a room filled with world leaders, royals, and dignitaries, Catherine's priority remained her children. And that resonated deeply with audiences everywhere. The emotional moments that moved the world. As the funeral unfolded, emotions became increasingly visible. Many viewers noticed Prince George appearing emotional during the ceremony. Princess Charlotte also seemed visibly upset at various moments throughout the day. These reactions were completely understandable. The Queen wasn't just a monarch to them. She was family. She was their great-grandmother. Social media quickly filled with messages from people who found themselves unexpectedly emotional watching the young royals. Many commented that seeing George and Charlotte participate in the farewell made the loss feel even more personal. Others expressed sympathy for children experiencing such a significant loss under such extraordinary circumstances. The images became some of the most talked about moments of the day, not because they involved royal protocol, but because they reflected something universal: grief, love, family, and the challenge of saying goodbye. The meaning behind Charlotte's special brooch. One detail that captured particular attention was Princess Charlotte's jewelry. The young princess wore a small horseshoe-shaped brooch. At first glance, it seemed like a simple accessory, but its meaning was far more touching. Reports suggested the brooch had been a gift from Queen Elizabeth II herself. The choice carried additional significance because Charlotte is known to share her great-grandmother's love of horses. Throughout her life, Queen Elizabeth had been passionate about equestrian pursuits, and horses remained one of her greatest joys. The tiny brooch, therefore, became much more than jewelry. It served as a personal tribute, a reminder of a special bond between great-grandmother and great-granddaughter. In a ceremony filled with symbolism, it was one of the most heartfelt details of all, a sweet sibling moment. Despite the sadness of the day, one brief interaction between George and Charlotte brought a smile to many royal fans. As the funeral events continued, cameras appeared to capture Charlotte quietly, reminding her older brother about protocol. According to lip-reading interpretations widely discussed online, Charlotte seemed to tell George that he needed to bow. Whether completely accurate or not, the moment quickly gained attention. Many people were charmed by the exchange. It highlighted the natural dynamic between siblings. Even during one of the most significant events of their young lives, Charlotte appeared ready to keep her older brother on track. Royal fans affectionately joked that she would continue helping George throughout their lives. The moment offered a rare glimpse of childhood amid a day defined by ceremony and solemnity. And perhaps that's why so many people loved it. It felt genuine. It felt real. Growing up in the public eye, one of the most remarkable aspects of the funeral was the responsibility placed upon George and Charlotte at such young ages. For most children, moments of grief are private. For royal children, they often become part of history. That reality creates unique challenges. Every expression, every movement, every emotion is observed and discussed by millions. Yet throughout the day, both George and Charlotte carried themselves with impressive composure. Many observers praised not only the children, but also the guidance provided by their parents. William and Catherine appeared determined to balance royal duty with parental care. They allowed their children to participate in an important family moment while also ensuring they felt protected and supported. It was a delicate balance, and one that many felt was handled with great sensitivity. A final farewell. As the day drew to a close, Queen Elizabeth II was laid to rest beside Prince Philip. The funeral marked the conclusion of an era unlike any other. For the nation, it was the farewell to a monarch. For the royal family, it was the loss of a mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. For George and Charlotte, it was the goodbye to their beloved Gan-Gan. While history will remember the ceremony's grandeur and significance, many people will also remember the deeply human moments. The comforting touch from a mother, the support of family, the visible emotion of two young children. Those moments reminded the world that behind every royal title are real people experiencing the same joys and sorrows as everyone else. In the end, Queen Elizabeth II's funeral was more than a historic event. It was also a powerful reminder of family, love, and the bonds that endure even in moments of profound loss. And perhaps one of the most touching stories from that day was watching Catherine quietly guide Prince George and Princess Charlotte through an experience no child could ever fully prepare for. What moment from Queen Elizabeth's funeral moved you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest royal family updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.